In sharpening planer blades, this particular one is a little touchy because it's double-sided. It's thin, so a lot of planer blades have more width to it. So if we can sharpen this, we can sharpen just about any planer blade. So let me show you how to do it. First of all, from the use, it has some buildup on the back. So what I'm going to do is I just take my putty knife and I'm just scraping off the dirt. And I don't need to do it on the cutting edge. I will set up the grinding fixture. And this is my straight edge, so a metal ruler, and then I hold it up to the light. Now you can see that there is light coming through it, so it's not straight at this point. So when I get done, see, I know I have to grind more off of here because the wear of the blade was in the center. So we're going to use the flat side of the wheel, and we have a fixture here which is a block of wood with a notch on it, and this notch is where the blade is going to slide through, and that's going to hold the angle against the wheel. I'm going to move the fixture in, put the blade in there. So what I'm doing is I'm adjusting it this way to make sure the blade is touching all the way across, and then I'm positioning it so it just closes the gap. Make sure now it's going to be able to slide. The next thing I do is I get the protractor and I'm going to check the angle. So I'm going to go against the stone and I'm going to bring it up on the bottom of the stone. Kevlar gloves that will help keeping my hands from getting sliced up. As I want the wheel direction to be turning in the downward direction, going this way. Normally is designed to turn very fast and with guards on it and everything. Notice we don't have any guards, but the thing that we're doing is we're keeping the RPM quite slow. So if I happen to touch the wheel or my knuckle hits it, I might get a slight abrasion, but it's not going to be like a high-speed wheel. Also, these wheels are not designed to use on the side. At this low speed, you can use them on any side. What I'm checking for now is the burr. So I'm going along the edge and I'm taking my fingernail and I'm running it out to the edge and I'm seeing where it's catching. After I feel the burr all the way along the edge, then what I do is I will start to check the flatness, because I know in the center this low spot is I have to get a burr through that whole low area. Then I got to do more grinding on the end, so I flatten that blade out. For buffing, we need to go in this direction over the top. For the grinding, I wanted to have it turn this direction so the sparks are going down. Now for the buffing, in case something happens, I want it to fly away from me, so I want the buffing to go in that upward direction. So I will reverse the direction. So I'm going a little over half the blade coming down here, following the same angle. Then to get this half of the blade, I'm just coming on this side. I'm keeping it skewed on an angle, so when it's buffing away from the cutting edge. If I was to go like this or this way, then I would be cutting into that cutting edge. Because we're only taking a half micron off, I don't have to check flatness anymore. Now to buff the bottom, I can lay it flat against the wheel. Now the reason why I can lay it flat against the wheel is this is a wooden wheel. It's MDF board, so there's no leather on top. So it's a hard wheel, and it does not have the pillow action to come and roll the edges off, so it keeps that bottom perfectly flat. I like to use the goop because it gets any of the compound off and it cleans the blade quite nicely. I've got a setup for doing the inside grind on a chisel that does molding. So the back side is the cutting edge. You don't want any bevel on that back end. I'm holding this on the outside so I can get right on the corner of this grinding wheel. Pivot it there to hold the angle. Holes over here, I put a screw in there, keeps the fixture from twisting. I'm turning the wheel in this direction, and with the light here I am watching the white line. So with the light in this position, it's very easy to watch that little white line, that reflection of the flat. Now I've got a little burr on the back. I'll again take my wood and I just break that burr off. I'm going to go on the corner of the wheel. Now to buff the back side, I'm going to use this flat part of the wheel. And I'm just going to touch it there. I don't want any bevel on the inside. Otherwise, when you're making molding, if there's a little bevel here, it's going to keep climbing out of that groove. There, that's catching pretty good. So that's razor sharp.